Hi everybody, it's Sunday again. A little bit on the late side and I do apologize. This is week 18, video 19, June 23rd, I always forgot the month. And as far as the results go, we'll jump right into that. Nothing on my weight, so little bummer on that issue, but I'm getting close, so I'm not upset. And I understand it took me this long to get it. It took me forever to put it on, so I know it's going to take me probably forever to take it off, and I'm okay with that. As long as I know it's coming off, I'm not going to complain. Nothing came off my arms. My one arm went up because I have been active this week. The ant bites have been still itching, but nowhere near like they were. I'm itching right now as we speak. That's why my head's bobbling around because I'm rolling on my legs. But the one arm, nothing. The one arm went up half an inch. Then nothing went off on my chest. Thank God for that one. I like to keep the girls. Work so hard having 4 kids to get them. I want to keep them. And let's see. Then it was my waist went down an inch, but my hip went up an inch. Go figure. I don't understand, but I know something's going on because my body is changing, so I'm not complaining by far. And then nothing on my thighs. So overall, with everything concealed and the ups and downs, I only lost a half an inch overall with the pluses and the minuses. It balanced out to only be a half an inch, but it's still half an inch. So even though I didn't lose any pounds and I did go up some inches, but then when you take away and you add and it balances out, I still walk away with losing half an inch. So I'm not upset at all. And I do have some good news. I went, the last time I had told you guys about me going out shopping and that, I originally started off in a size 22 jeans. Started out on weight was 222. I am now down to 202, so that's 20 pounds exactly. But the inches, that's what's making the big difference, is the inches that I'm losing. I started off in a size, it was 22-20, depending on how the jeans were made, or the fabric and how they're sewn and all the good stuff. Us women, we all know this, and I'm not a guy, so I don't know quite how it works for you guys. If your guys' sizes are set, and I don't think you guys have stretch jeans and whatnot, but I know us women, we have different fabrics, we have different clothing, and they're all made differently. So even though you have a size 7 at Walmart might be different than a size 7 at Old Navy or at Kmart or at Sears or at JCPenney's or any store in the mall. They all vary. No sizes are relatively similar, but they all vary between how they're made, who makes them, where you buy them. So but when I started off, I was in a 20-22 depending on how the material was and how it was made. And then I was finally down to an 18, then I went down to a 16, and my 16s were fitting really loose. So I went shopping the other day to try to see, because I was curious. I want one of my other small goals, of course, obviously, to get under 200, which I'm almost there, which is teasing me. But one of my other small goals that I did mention to you before was that when I go shopping at my favorite store, which is Deb's, to be able to, because Deb's is broken up into 2 different sections. You have the petite little sizes, and then you have the plus sizes. So it's like 2 sides of the store. And of course, I'm always going to the plus sizes. And one of my small goals was to be able to shop on the petite side and the single digit side. Well, I shouldn't say single digits, because their sizes start on the petite side are 0 to 13 is what they go to, and then from 14 up to 28, I think, is the size they go up to on or might be 26 or 24. I'm not sure. I think 28. It's rare that you see them that big, but I think they do carry them. If not, you could definitely order them if they don't have them in the store on stock. But it's 14 up into the high 20s on the plus side. And I went in there to try on some pants, because the 16s that I had just recently bought were beginning to feel loose, to where I was starting to having to wear a belt with them. They weren't snug. So just for shits and giggles, I thought I'd go and try them on. So excuse me, I'm having the hiccups all of a sudden. And I went to Deb's to see what was going on, and lo and behold, I had actually tried on a size 14 and I fit into them. They were really tight, but I could actually fit into them. Before, I couldn't even fit in them. You know how you get those jeans on and you get them up to the hips and it's just done. You can't get them past that. It's either the butt's holding you up or the gut's holding you up or both. But I actually got into them. I got them fastened and zipped them up, but for me, they were just still too tight and uncomfortable to be wearing them out. Although I still did buy them because I liked the way they looked on me, and I still got into them, so I bought them. So that's a little incentive for me to be able to wear them. Is I have them, I want to wear them. So, and I can fit into them, so I'm not far from being comfortable in them. So I don't want to necessarily say I'm in a 14 just yet, but I'm there. I'm in them. I'm just not wearing them yet. So that's a plus right there. So that's a good thing. And I do apologize because it is so late, like 7:41. So it's really late on the Sunday, and I know I usually don't do them this late. But it was a late night last night. We were, at the Hawks game, and that might be one of the reasons why I didn't have any results, because I was bad last night being at the, watching the Hawks game and just on pins and needles and, with company and everything. And it was snacking this, snacking that, and drinking and snacking and drinking. So, and it was a late night. So, by the time we got to bed, and so it was like, yeah, I that probably wasn't a good thing to do on the day before I'm going to post my results, but can't help when the Hawks play. So when the Hawks play, I got to watch, and that's what I was doing. And we won, thank God. So now we're 3-2, and hopefully we win on Monday night to where we can end it and be done, and we can have the Stanley Cup right on. So I'm really excited about that. But all in all, I'm not upset about the results the way they are. So, I mean, as long as I keep seeing positive results, that's all that matters to me. And I get so many of you telling me, well, I'm bummed out. I'm this or I'm that. It's not doing. You got to start paying attention. A lot of you the only attention you really want to see is what's on the scale. It's not what's about on the scale. If you could get past the numbers point and just go from there, it makes a whole bunch of a difference if you're not concentrating on that, because 90% of the time, that's your worst enemy. When you figure on just seeing those numbers go down and they don't move on, you're going to sabotage yourself, and you're your worst enemy. Nobody else is going to do more damage to you than yourself. Just like when people are bullying you or saying bad things about you, and you let that get to you, it's not what they're doing to you that's hurting you. It's you letting them hurt you. Don't do it. Don't pay attention to it. Let it go. Just ignore it and pay attention to the positive stuff. And, so what if you didn't lose inches? Or so what if you didn't lose anything? Give it a chance. Relax. It's gonna work. I have 110% belief that this does work. Here, here it is already 18 weeks, and I'm still seeing results, and they're slow results, people. They're very slow results, but they're results. And it took me over 15 years to get up to this. And, it's going to take me a long time to get back down, so I understand that. And I want, when I'm done with this, I want to keep it off. And I've had quite a few people who, well, I shouldn't say quite a few. There's probably been about 4 people that I've talked to that have, for whatever reasons, been in their situations where they had taken a break from the Garcinia, for if it be they got sick or, they couldn't afford to get the pills and their pills ran out, or vice versa. But while they were off, they did not regain the weight. And that's one of the positive things to this. And that's one thing that I have noticed from talking to people and the researches that have been out there, it's supposed to help you maintain the weight that it helps you lose. So the slower you lose it, the better it is, because it's the easier way to keep it off. When you lose weight dramatically, it comes back dramatically. The minute you change anything, the minute you stop, it's just natural. That's just what happens. If you shock your body and it drops the weight, when you stop shocking it, it comes right back, and then it comes up with some friends. And I don't want that. That's just an unhealthy way to lose. You don't want to shock your body anyway. That's just not healthy. So when you do this, and when I get to that point to where I can stop, I want to know that I don't have to change my diet. I don't want to have to be on some major strict, calorie count, or I can't have breads, or I can't do this. I want to be able to know that my body has conformed to where it's at, healthy, slowly, to where I can maintain it at that level and not have to worry about it ballooning up and being, as some of you say, a whale size again. I don't want to climb back up there. So I'm happy that this is going as slow as it is, because, I'm the only one that I'm pleasing. I don't care, not that I don't care about you guys, but I don't care what any of you think about what my results are, because the only one that counts is me. It's my body, it's my life, it's me. And if you're not happy with it, if you got something to say about it, right over my head. I don't care, because I don't sleep with you at night. You're not in my life. You don't tell me what to do. You don't control what I do. Only I am in control of my own destiny. And if my destiny is laid out for me and I'm happy where I'm going and what I'm getting, then that path is mine and mine only. And nobody is going to kick me off it. Nobody is going to put any obstacles in front of it. And nobody is going to say anything to me that's going to make me be like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm not. I'm just going to quit. Bull. Wrong. You picked the wrong person to bully on, because you're not going to bully on me, because you can't bully me. There's no way you're going to bully me, because guess what? I can bully just as hard, just as fast, just as bad. But I don't. Because what am I gaining from that? I don't know what your path is. I don't know what your life has in for you. I don't know your history. I don't know your background. I don't know what struggles you had. What am I benefiting from knocking you down? What am I benefiting from making you feel like shit? Really, what's the point in that? Do I get to see you go home and cry? Do I get kicks off of seeing you cry? No. So what's the point in that? And trust me when I say that, because I have been on that side. I have been bullied. And I took it for so long, and when I snapped, I snapped. I started being mad. I was in the principal's office. My mom wasn't happy about it, but I was in the principal's office for doing some extreme things, picking on some people that were extremely bigger than me, that I probably shouldn't have had any business putting my hands on, but I did. But when you push somebody so far, they're going to snap. And I don't see any reason or any point for anybody to bully anybody. If their journey is their journey, let them have their journey. Let them live their life the way they're going to live. And, happiness is all up to you to find. And I saw a quotation somewhere. It said, destiny is a journey. It's not a destination. And that is so true. It is so true. You shouldn't be trying to find happiness. You just need to be happy. You don't have to go searching for it. It's there. You just have to make it. You are your worst enemy, and you make things bad for yourself. We can't control what happens to us, or when it happens, or how it happens, or who it happens with. But we can control how we respond to it, how we deal with it, how we deal with that person. If we choose to have them in the life, if we choose to, deal with their drama, the choice is up to you. You can do whatever you want to do. You are in control of your own destiny, no matter what it is. And if it's a bad destiny and you don't like the way it's going, change it. Don't be afraid of change. Change is good. We all get comfortable and settled in our ways because we don't want to conform, or we don't know what's going to happen. But sometimes you got to just take a jump. You just got to take a leap. Have a leap of faith and just go with it. And you might make the wrong choice once in a while. Guess what? You're human. I've made several. But guess what? Every time I make a bad mistake, I learn from it. I don't repeat them. I make sure I don't repeat them. I'm not like baseball, 3 strikes you're out. Bullshit. I learned it the first time. You burn me once, ain't going to happen again. It's just not going to happen again. If you do burn me again, it's because you burned me a different way that I didn't catch on to because you were slick. But you ain't going to continue to get me. So, if you're one of those persons who get bullied a lot, and I'm probably probably bad for saying this, but bully back. Bully back. Because you know what? They only bully you because you let them. The minute you stand up for yourself and you start fighting back, they push you, you push back, they're going to stop pushing you. Because they're going to know you're not an easy target no more. they're going to be like, hey, you know what? The last time I did that, I got a little flack from her. So it ain't worth my time. I'm moving on. Fight for yourself. You got a mouth, use it. And if you're a deaf person, or not deaf person, if I can't think of the word now, I've just had a brain fart, sorry. When you can't speak, and if you're reading my lips right now because you can't speak or you can't hear, whatever, I don't know how this goes, but use your hands. And I'm not going to use the gestures you can use, but you know what gestures everybody understands, so use them. You know, there's no reason for anybody to be mean to anybody for any reason. Now, when somebody comes to you and attacks you, defend yourself. There's no harm in defending yourself. Now, I'm not going to say, like I always tell my kids, you know, when you're in school, and I've taught them this from elementary school. Well, like probably fourth grade is where I started drilling it into their head. You know, if somebody steps to you and I get a call from the principal, I've got no problem with you defending yourself. Now, if I get in there and find out you threw the first punch, you were the aggressor, then you got problems with me, then I'm going to throw a punch on you. Bottom line. It's just, I've taught them that it's like, it's okay to defend yourself, but not to be the aggressor to pick on somebody else. So I want to express that to you guys too, you know, because it's so out there and everybody is so worried about what everybody thinks of you. You know, what are they going to say? Who cares? You know, if it's just words, the words aren't nothing. They could wash it right over your head. You know, tomorrow's another day. No big deal. But if somebody is like doing it to where you're letting it get to your self-esteem, if they're doing it to where you're letting them get in your head to make you feel like you're not worthy, that's because you're letting them. Don't let them. You know, you're better than that. You're stronger than that. You're a beautiful person. And you gotta believe that yourself. Because that's where the problem lies. It's not what they're saying to you. It's you not believing in yourself. Because then that's where their words get to you. Because you let that hole in. You let it leak into your system and it drains you out. Don't do that. Put the barrier all the way around. You know, don't let nobody in. Other than your positive self-being of believing in yourself. Because you are you, and no one can change you, and you shouldn't let, and that's the key word, let them change you. No matter what they say, they're just words. If somebody physically tries to step to you, step up. You might get knocked down, they might win the battle, but guess what? You need to step up. Even if you lose a battle, you're still going to feel good because you're going to know you did not just lie down. You did not let them just take advantage of you. Step up, be strong, stand up for what you believe in. Don't let nobody else tell you any different, and just strive on, you know, and be positive and surround yourself with positive people. People that don't want to be positive with you or they want to bring you down, they're not worth your time. Push them out. Find new people to hang with. There's plenty of them out there. And, you know, you just got to find them. You just got to look for them. And, you know, for the ones of you that are really lucky enough to have them around, bless them every day. Give them hugs, kisses when you see them. You know, let them know you appreciate them being the way they are. And just like when you're out and about and you see good deeds being done, compliment them on it. We need to pass the word on that we should not turn a blind eye to stuff. If there's more complimenting going on to other people for doing good things that we should be doing, that we used to do way back when, that we don't do no more, maybe we'll bring that back. You know, I grew up in the 80s, and everybody tells me, well, the 80s were so cool to grow up in. And, oh, you know, everybody was nice to everybody for the most part. I mean, kids are kids. I got bullied in school, and school's bad. Kids are kids. And a lot of that had to do with a lot of the way the parents are brought up. And nowadays, in today's society, in today's generation, a lot of these kids are raising kids, and the kids themselves are not being taught anything. Absolutely nothing. So we all need to step in and stop turning a blind eye and start doing it for them. Start teaching them. I mean, like, not turn away, oh, that's not my kid. Why should I do? Just do. If you see it takes 2 seconds, do it. It's not that big of a deal. You know, if you see somebody, like the other day we were out at the mall, and we saw an older gentleman, and he had a rascal with him, and he was breaking the rascal down, and He was doing it, and obviously he does it every day. But me and my husband stopped, and we're like, here, we'll get that for you. And we lifted the rascal up into his trunk. I mean, it was not that big of a deal. And he was just like, oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate it. I mean, he could have very well have easily done it. Obviously, he does it all the time because it was just him, so he must drag it in and out of his car all the time. But it's just that little extra good deed that you pay on to somebody that person is going to be like, well, you know what? They did something good to me. I'm going to pass it on to something, And everybody always says, well, the bums on the street, you don't give them. If I got money, like if they're asking for $1, and I don't care what kind of lame excuse they got, oh, I got here and I don't have enough money to get back home. If it's $1, I help them out. Obviously the ones on the corners that are just standing there with the signs, I ignore them because usually they're fake. 90% of the time they get picked up in a limo. They got the raggedy car, sitting there trying to make you think. But I mean, if you just see people, it's not bad, people, to do something good for them. So pass it forward, play it forward. Anytime you get a chance to help somebody out, even if it inconveniences you, do it. After you're done, you'll feel better about yourself. It's just nice to know you can help somebody out somewhere down the line, even if it is something as small as opening the door for them. It's just called being polite and being decent human beings. And I think we have lost that in the long run. We are all self-righteous, all about ourselves, and screw everybody else, and I don't care what's going on with them. Oh, I saw that, but I'm not going to tell you what I saw because it's none of my business. No, we need to stop that. We need to pull together and unite with one another and make our country strong again all over the world, not just in the United States and Canada or Europe. I mean, there's other places other than where I'm at in the United States that are way better than us. And we've lost that because we used to be there and we used to be really good, and we need to gain that back. And we just need to take care. I'm getting tongue tied. I told you I was thirsty, but we need to take care of each other. And we need to look out for one another. It doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter race, color, age. I can't even say it. Necessity. I can't. Okay, you know what I mean. Whatever you are, nationality. It doesn't matter. If fellow men or not, help one another out. You see somebody struggling, or even if you don't really see them struggling, if you, like, example, probably 2 weeks ago, I was in the grocery store, and there was, I don't want to say a small person, because they get offended when you say midgets, but there was a small person, and she had her step stool with her, and she had a long cane, and she was knocking stuff, so she was clearly prepared. I mean, that's what their life is. They're used to dealing in, as they call it, the big world in a small atmosphere. So they come equipped with their stuff. But if I'm driving, or if I'm strolling by with my cart, and she's trying to get the whole hose off the top shelf, and I'm right there, and it's easy for me to grab, I didn't even ask her if she wanted help. I just grabbed it for her, and I said, how many do you want? And she said, one's fine, and I gave it to her. And I walked on. It's just simple things like that, people, that would make this world a whole much more better place for all of us to live, that we need to pass that on. We just need to be polite to one another and stop all the killing and the fighting and the, seeing things and not saying anything and turning the blind eye and just being rude to one another. We need to stop. It's not worth it. It's just so not worth it. We just need to be good. We are good. We are good human beings. We have it within ourselves. It's up to us to release it. And we need to release it, people. Pass it on. Play it forward to someone else. Give on a good deed, and good deeds will be given on to you, as they always say. Golden rule, treat others as you wish to be treated. And on that note, I'm going to leave for this week. You guys have a good one. Enjoy your week, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye.